So I understand why people want to have their own children, like their own flesh and blood children. At the same time, I think that a lot of people have children for the wrong reasons. Like if you're having kids because you want to have a legacy or because you want to have somebody to take care of you when you're old, I don't think those are the right reasons to have children. And I think a lot of people don't see their children as individuals. They see their children as extensions of themselves, and they expect their children to grow up to be a certain type of person and to live a certain type of life and to have a certain profession and to have kids as well. And I just think that's like too much pressure to be putting on another human being. And I think that it's not the child's responsibility to make their parents happy. It's actually the other way around. It's the parents' responsibility to make their children happy. So I think if you're a good parent and you genuinely love your children, all you want is for them to be happy and to be healthy and to be living their own life on their own terms. I was watching this video where people were responding to a man who was asking a woman why she didn't want to have kids, telling her that she was like selfish because she didn't want children. And I just can't stand people always having something to say to women who decide they don't want kids and they don't go on to do that. I think what's selfish is having children and expecting them to be a certain way because it's what you envisioned and it's what you dreamed, and to expect your children to be your legacy. I don't think your children are necessarily your legacy. It's like what you accomplish in your own life on your own that ends up being your legacy. And just, I mean, a lot of people can have children and they're not really great parents. So just because you had kids doesn't mean you necessarily did something great. And even if you do everything right, even if you raise your children with values and morals, there's no guarantee that they're going to grow up to be good people. They could grow up to be really awful people, even if you did everything right. So there's no guarantee. And there's also no guarantee that your children are going to be there to take care of you when you're old. Like a lot of people seem to think that their children are going to be like their insurance policy when they're old, but it's not the case. Like a lot of people who are old end up in nursing homes or just their kids don't take care of them. So I think having a kid because you expect them to take care of you when you're old is like not really a good plan either. I think you shouldn't let other people pressure you into having children if you know that you don't want to do it and you feel like you're just being pressured by society or by your family or by anyone or anything else. Then don't do it. It's not a good idea to do it if it's not what you genuinely want. And I think having kids should be a selfless thing. Like it's something that you're doing because you want to invest in somebody and help them to grow and develop and be healthy and happy, and you don't expect something in return. I think if you're having kids because you expect something in return, that's not a really good reason to have them, and I don't think that that's healthy. I think you're going to end up raising kids that grow up to be like not happy people, maybe even people that like are not good people, and I think that's the last thing anybody wants.